Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slain Hope. And we are gathered here today to discuss some very important things, right? As you can hear, my voice is a little messed up. I ended up getting sick yesterday from going out. I'm also going to make a video about that. It's connected to when you go out to eat, things not being properly clean, right? Or sanitized. So I'm definitely going to be talking about that. But we got better, more important matters, or that's important too. But today's topic is a different topic, right? And I told y'all this in another video that I was going to make this video speaking about why black men should not seek women therapists, right? And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to show y'all a few video clips. Some of them are a little lengthier than others, but I'm going to connect everything. I'm going to tie everything back together. So just bear with me, because I'm trying to go somewhere with y'all. So there was this therapist, there was this black therapist on Twitter. Some of y'all probably seen her. She went viral on Twitter. She's usually on TikTok. So she made some videos talking crazy about black men. I happened to get some of her clips. I went back to her page. She made her page private now, so I couldn't really get some of the stuff. But I'm gonna just get into it. I'm gonna show y'all the clips, and then I'm gonna have my commentary. So this is the first video I want to show y'all.
So yesterday on Twitter, I went viral because a bunch of men got butthurt for me telling them to better themselves. They're mad because I called them dusty bitches and wanted them to be accountable for their fuck shit behavior, but like, go off, king. Be shitty. That's fine with me. Like, I was dead ass like, hey, go talk about the shit that hurts you and plagues you and has traumatized you. So you can basically learn the emotional vocabulary required to express yourself to make your life easier. And they were like, fuck this bitch! Poor unhealed sons. Now, I know a lot of y'all think the only socially acceptable response to things that you don't like is anger, but I'm here to tell you, when you go to therapy, you learn a variety of other emotions. And when you learn to communicate those things, your life gets easier. But instead of being accountable, you want to displace your hatred for your father on me. Go talk to somebody about why that is, king.
Now notice how she's speaking about vocabulary, right? She's speaking about men being able to have an extensive vocabulary to be able to express themselves. Yet an educated woman like herself with an extensive vocabulary, a therapist, probably took a few years of college and trainings and stuff. You're online calling men dusty bitches, right? You're saying like these dusty bitches need to go to therapy. So, and for some reason, she doesn't seize our problem. But things get better. Things get better, right? I just want to show y'all a little bit. I want to take y'all in sequence. So she made this video, talking about. She made another video talking about how black men need to go to therapy, etc., 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 right? And the language that she used, like she said it herself, right? She said she was calling men dusty bitches, XYZ. And for some reason, she doesn't find a problem with that. Now, I'm going to take y'all to another video.
All right, what's up? I got a lot of more shit on my mind. A lot of more grammar. I got a lot more shit on my mind, and I'm gonna spit it off. I'm tired of dating, just off the simple fact that men deserve hell in jail. Not all of y'all, but just like 99.9.999% of y'all. As someone who gives all in the relationships, I don't want to do that shit anymore. I would like to be taken care of, but we'll see. For one, I would like to be the one that's like nurtured, but not sure when or if that's ever gonna happen. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna mind my fucking business. Yeah. Y'all don't deserve my good, kind-hearted nature or this ass. Y'all don't deserve the love that I be giving. Y'all don't deserve the time and the attention. And again, y'all don't deserve this ass. So be well.
Okay, so this is just one video, but if you go to her TikTok, she has a lot of other videos in which she's talking a lot of shit about black men. This is a therapist, mind you. And again, I'm not gonna use her as the epitome of all women therapists, but I just want y'all. I'm gonna bring this back full circle. So technically, she sounds like a bitter, misandrous woman, right? Like she claims she's about the people. She claims she's about helping black men in particular, right? But she has a lot of videos talking about how hurt she is. Well, it's clear you can see that she's hurt, right? She also admitted that she goes to therapy herself, right? She has some issues herself, and you can see it from the videos, right? So this video was way prior to her telling black men to go to therapy, and she clearly is stating that she's done with men. She's also gay or bisexual, right? And the reason that I add that to the conversation is because that also plays a role in your biasness, right? To some of the things that she's saying. It clearly shows like maybe she's fed up with men for whatever reason. But this video just clearly shows she says, "I'm done with men," right? Men deserve hell. And she makes a lot of other statements throughout her TikTok, right? Like just constantly talking shit and talking crazy about men. I guess it's working for her because a lot of women follow her. A lot of women support her, right? So I just want y'all to follow what I'm trying to say. Like there's a track record of this woman. That's why you gotta pay attention to what you say, man. You gotta pay attention to what you do nowadays. A lot of these people be just posting stuff on social media to get views, to go viral, and they forget that they are professionals, and they forget that they got to use a certain language. So apparently, I didn't get the other video, but there's another video where she comes out. She allegedly, I mean, she apparently got fired, right? So somebody complained, somebody brought so I don't know, a complaint against her that she was out there on TikTok, on Twitter, whatever, talking crazy about her clients, right? So she ended up getting fired, right? So she made a video like, "Oh my God, y'all told on me. All I tried to do was get y'all help." So she was just, again, she's coming from this place of now, I just wanted to get y'all help. But I'm gonna play out another clip before I go into my full explanation.
Hello, I would like to make a video addressing my recent video calling for men to go to therapy. Now, I will say that firstly, I would like to apologize for the colorful language that I used, but I want to express where I'm coming from. So, as a clinician, my job is not to make people change. My job is to plant seeds and help my clients water the soil and cultivate it so they have a thriving environment to grow. That is my job. Now, from a human standpoint, I entered this field because I saw a dire need for Black mental health and Black mental health professionals, because I was not always met with support. So I apologize to individuals if you felt like my language was colorful, but I want you to know more deeply where I come from. A few people have called into question my Blackness, which is to be expected. My personhood is questioned quite often. I chose to go into mental health because only 4% of clinicians are Black, yet there's 13% of Black individuals in America. So there's already a huge disparity. And I have made it my life's work to help fill that gap. Now, where my frustration comes in is I called for individuals to do better, but then my job got doxxed. I understand that people may not agree with my delivery or the things that I'm saying, but a major boundary has been crossed. I'm so passionate in my words because I'm tired of seeing men suffer. I'm tired of seeing you guys endure so much hurt and so much trauma and refusing to do anything about it when you guys have the power to do it. As a clinician, my job is to motivate and empower, and it came across angry and aggressive because as a Black woman, I'm also tired of being hurt. I'm tired of being hurt by the very entity that I love the most, which is the Black man. I have made it my life's work, dedicated myself to encouraging and uplifting Black people, especially the Black man. But my words came across very, very spicy because you guys are dying. Whether it be gun violence, whether it be you guys killing each other, whether it be you guys killing yourselves, because you endure a lot. And I see that because I am your other half. I am your partner. I am your equal. I am not your enemy. Despite the words that I used, I want you guys to understand that my message is clear. You have to grow. You have to move and shift as a person. But sometimes you cannot do that shit alone. Men depression rates are skyrocketing. Men's suicide rates are skyrocketing. I'm not making these statistics, I'm just drawing light on this topic. Forgive me if I seem passionate in my words. I'm only passionate because I'm tired of seeing Black men die. I cannot articulate the feeling of the perpetual trauma that I have experienced, that Black men have experienced, that I am beyond tired of seeing. I have children who cry in session because they wonder why their dads didn't show up to their birthday. I have teenagers who don't feel important because they didn't have someone to tell them that they love them. They didn't have that strong male support to make them feel like they're okay. And I'm only coming from a place because I didn't have that. I love nothing more than to see the Black man prosper, but y'all are not. Y'all are not, and it's hurting me. So I apologize for saying y'all are dusty. I apologize for that, but my message is clear. Y'all are hurting and you desperately need to talk to someone. As a Black woman, I see you. I have been there for you. I have dedicated my life to listening so you can heal the generational trauma that has been inflicted upon you since our arrival in this country. The Black family has been systematically dismantled, and you're only upholding the dismantlement by not fixing yourself. I may have projected some of my personal feelings. I understand that I'm a human being, but I'm only projecting from a place of hurt. Some of the deepest, darkest things I've experienced have been perpetrated against me by Black men. But I see that y'all are coming from a hurt place.
Crocodile tears, but I'm gonna go to the next video and then I'm gonna give you my commentary. And make sure you hit the like button so it can circulate, please. It's a very important conversation.
Society is already very difficult for Black people in general. And for people to call into question saying that I hate Black men is asinine to me, because Black everything matters. Black everything matters. When they see you walking down the street, they don't see a human being. They see what's been perpetuated in society. They see what's been perpetuated in the media, that you're aggressive, that you're violent. But I know that these behaviors that are being exhibited are actually depression and anxiety. And unfortunately, society has taught you that anger and lashing out and fighting back is the only acceptable response. I am pleading that y'all seek help, because women are hurting. We want you to be better. But I'm getting attacked. People are calling my employment, asking that I get fired because I want you guys to be better. Again, like I said, I apologize for my delivery. This is a little spicy sometimes. But just know that my anger and my frustration and my passion is coming from a place of needing. I need y'all to heal. I don't need it. Society needs it. You need it. Have enough pride about yourself to want to do better. I understand I might not be the clinician for everyone, but I'm damn good at my job. I understand I might not be the clinician for anybody, but I've sparked a conversation. I've shook the table. If the words that I'm saying are resonating with you, please go talk to somebody. If there's a gap, fill that gap. Become counselors, become mental health professionals, so we can heal each other, so we can heal ourselves. All that I ask is for men, Black men specifically, just to build a greater awareness of yourselves. That's all that I ask, because your lives can improve radically as a result. Full transparency, accountability moment. I was a dusty bitch till I fucking went to therapy. I didn't realize that I was in an abusive situation. I didn't realize that I wasn't communicating effectively. I didn't realize all of these things about myself until I went and talked to someone. And I just pray and want that for you. I want you guys to feel seen. I want you guys to feel heard. Because you deserve it. All of us deserve unconditional positive regard. And I may not have shown that in the video because it's the internet. But when it comes to session, I am open. I provide a therapeutic, non-judgmental space because that's what the fuck we deserve. Because this society is not kind to us. It never has been. So we have to create that inner peace. And in order for you to do that, you have to be able to express things that you have been through. You have to expand your emotional vocabulary. You have to want it for you. You may not like what I say, and you may not even like me, and that's fine because you don't know me on a personal level. I get that. But I just want you guys to know that I'm not going to stop talking about these issues. I'm not going to stop talking about healing. I'm not going to stop talking about the betterment of Black people because it's me. I am a Black person who endures the struggles and the tribulations that Black people endure. I know what it feels like to be marginalized. I know what it feels like to be counted out. I know what that feels like. So I apologize if anybody felt that I was coming at them or felt shame and anger. Those aren't good emotions to feel, and I completely empathize with that. But my message is clear. Please go help yourself. And it would be nice for my personal life to be left out of it. Because at the end of the day, I just want everyone to live safe and prosperous and healthy lives. And you don't have to endure all this shit alone. Okay. You guys be well.
All right. Enough for the crocodile tears session. Okay. Now, I know if you just caught the video when she was talking in those moments, it looks believable. It looks like she's genuine. It looks like she really means those things. And she might really mean those things. Because like I said before, she's a therapist that is also going to therapy. She has another video in which she talks about that she is still going to therapy. And I think that is very important, especially when the states be out here giving licenses to people. I think it's very important to have some type of evaluation of them. Excuse me. The same way people are saying that about police officers, that they should be mentally evaluated before they join the force. I think therapists should too. But of course, it takes a lot of work. People don't want to pay no money. But the thing I want to get to is this. One of the first things that they teach you, because I study mental health, right? One of the first things that they teach you is how to speak to people. So the fact that she is, I know I get it, maybe because she felt like she was on social media and she could go crazy. And she has a lot of views and likes and followers. So sometimes that could get into your head, right? And we know that if she made videos like that, crying and being so caring and nurturing and loving, I'm pretty sure she probably wouldn't get the same amount of likes and views than she does when she comes on toxic and talking crazy about black men, right? So I encourage people, if you could find her, like, because you can still see the tags of her TikTok on the videos. You can find her on TikTok. She has a lot of videos in which she's talking shit about men, a lot. So I drew the conclusion that this woman is a bitter misandrist, right? The fact that she's just on here, and she said it herself in the video. She said it comes from my own trauma, my own problems, my own issues. That's not acceptable. We get it that you're a human, boo-hoo, right? Police are humans too. But when police make mistakes, we don't have no mercy on police. We don't have no mercy on cops. We say you're a professional, you get training, you're here to serve the people. We don't care. Listen, when you are a public servant, we do not care that you are a human. And I'm not trying to sound crazy. I'm just saying that we're not going to make the excuse for police, right? Because they have a job to serve the people. The same way she's a therapist, she has a job to serve the people. And we get it. You're going to go through things, but it is your job and your responsibility to be able to check yourself when you are a professional. Because that's one of the main things that they tell you, how to talk to people. They tell you they got a thing called motivational speaking, right? And they have all these other techniques, sustained talk. Even when you ask people questions, you can't even ask them questions in a certain way because you don't want to ask them questions in a way where they might get triggered or in a way where they might get defensive. They teach you this in school. So she got a lot of videos talking about I got the credentials and I got the this, and black men don't got credentials and they don't got enough this and that to be able to talk to me. But you're not showing your credentials when you're getting on the internet and calling your clients dusty bitches, right? Because you're coming from an emotional hurt state. Make sure you give this a thumbs up so it could circulate, please. So my bad, man, I got sick. So she's coming from this emotional hurt state. And this is why I say that black men should not seek. This is just an example, right? This is why I say black men should not seek women as their therapists, right? Because in so many different scenarios, when a man has trusted a woman with his issues, with his problems, I tend to see this, right? I tend to see like you confide in a woman, and the moment she gets upset, the moment she's in one of those emotional states, she put all your business out there. Dudes will fall out with each other, but they won't go to the internet and start talking shit about you. Not in that way. They're not throwing your dirty laundry. Like a dude might say, "Oh, you pussy, you soft," or whatever, right? But it's not the same way that women do it. Like a woman will get mad at you, and she will go on the internet and talk about how your mama got cancer, and talk about how you got shit stains in your drawers, and just talk about you try to kill yourself 3 times. Like they just have no regard when it comes to the lips, right? They have no regards when it comes to like confidentiality and all of those things, right? They do not give 2 shits. So another reason why I say black men should not seek women therapists is because men and women speak 2 different languages. Oftentimes, a woman is damn near never going to understand a man or where he coming from. The same way that a man is not going to fully understand a woman and where she coming from. Half the times, we don't even understand each other or how we think, right? So I always tell brothers, you better off talking to another man, right? Because when you talk to a therapist that is a man like you, especially a black man, he most likely might be able to understand where you are coming from. It's almost like you as a woman trying to talk to a man about your menstrual cycle. We're not gonna fully get it. We're not gonna fully understand. All we know is that it bleeds monthly, but we don't understand how it feels. We don't understand how the contractions feel. We don't really understand what you're really going through, right? So it will make more sense to talk to a woman. It don't matter how much this dude on read. I mean, you could have read the books and be well versed in the language, but you don't know what that feels like. And I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Another thing is this. I also what I notice is, and I also, and this goes deeper into my belief, where I believe men should not be working with women. I don't believe women should have positions of authority over men, or men have them over women. I think women need to work in their own places, and men need to work in their own places, so we can alleviate a lot of the nonsense that goes on. Every situation, every time, like when I was on parole, I had the supervisor. One of the supervisors was a woman, right? She didn't understand certain things. Let me give you an example. And this is going away a little bit, but I'm trying to connect it. One time I had to move, right? I had to move. It was like a sudden thing. I had to just move to a different address. Now, mind you, when you're on parole, they tell you you can't move until you notify your parole officer. My parole officer happened to retire, so I didn't necessarily have anybody who I didn't have a PO basically at the time. So I ended up moving. Sorry, I ended up moving without permission because I don't have a PO. When I came into the parole office, they told me who my new parole officer was. When I spoke to my parole officer, I told him, I let him know. I said, I had to move, so I told him what address I was at. I told him I had to go from my previous address, and this is what was going on. He understood after I broke it down. He was like, "Oh, I get it, bro. Don't worry about it." The supervisor, which was a woman, a black woman, she overheard what I was telling this man, and she quickly butt in and said, "Who gave you the permission to move?" Mind you, I just clearly explained to this man that I had to move from the situation. It wasn't like I purposely wanted, and I didn't have a PO. He understood where I was coming from. She, on the other hand, power tripping. Who gave you the permission? And I tried to talk to her, and she was not even trying to hear me. She was like, "You don't do that." Blah 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 blah, just going crazy. So one thing I notice is some of these sisters be power tripping, and I could name countless experiences in which some of these sisters had power or authority over me, and they just did not know how to act, right? Or they reflect whatever issues they have in their personal lives. They bring it to work, and they will treat you however they feel. In this case, this woman has her own issues with men. She got videos talking about she's not dating men. She got issues talking shit about black men. She has a lot of videos. You could go see them for yourself. She has a lot of videos talking shit about black men, right? And she just admitted it comes from my own place of hurt, right? So you coming from a place of hurt, and you are a professional that supposedly cares about serving the people, but you out here calling them dusty bitches, and you don't have. She didn't have no problem. She didn't feel no type of way. She only making them apologies because she got fired. And now I don't think it's cool to just be firing people, but I think sometimes you gotta humble people. She wasn't humble. She only apologizing because she got fired, which is crazy. Before she got fired, she was still talking crazy. So I just think that, what I'm saying, like, it's just crazy. And those are one of the reasons why I tell men, I think it's better for the brothers to seek out other men as therapists. The only way I will agree that you could get a woman to be a therapy is if she's feminine and she has the feminine qualities. But let's get to this. Hold on, let me show y'all this video real quick, because this chick is crazy. She got the nerve to be calling anybody dusty. Have y'all seen them braids? She had them braids on for like so many videos. Her house is unkept. Her hair right here. You can tell she stink. I know she stink. And I'm not even trying to be petty. I know she stink. But just listen to this chick.
All right, what's up? I got a lot of more shit on my mind. A lot of more grammar. I got a lot more shit on my mind, and I'm gonna spit it off. I'm tired of dating, just off the simple fact that men deserve hell in jail. Not all y'all, but just like 99.9.999% of y'all. As someone who gives all in the relationships, I don't want to do that shit anymore. I would like to be taken care of, but you know, we'll see. You know, for one, I would like to be the one that's like nurtured, you know, but not sure when or if that's ever gonna happen. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna mind my fucking business. Yeah. Y'all don't deserve my good, kind-hearted nature. Or this ass. Y'all don't deserve the love that I be giving. Y'all don't deserve the time and the attention. And again, y'all don't deserve this ass. So, be well.
I ain't gonna hold you. She look like she stink to me. But look, in that video, she clearly stating, "I'm done with men." Right? I don't know if she's a lesbian, but in her profile, she got the rainbow flag. So I don't know. Maybe she's you know, you got some women who they get into bad situations with men, and then they start dating women. I don't know if that's her case. I don't know if that's her situation. Um, but yeah, technically, yeah, this chick is I just want to use that as an example, right? Of some of the things that sometimes brothers endure, like just confiding in a woman. I didn't want to make it about black women, right? Because it's always, because if you notice in her apology videos, she's acting like she's the victim. I'm being attacked and I'm being this and I'm being that. And you should have seen the comment section of the woman supporting her. Like, do you not realize she was talking crazy about black men? But you see, a lot of people that agree with some of that shit, they low-key misandrous too. They low-key men hating women. They hate men. They bitter because of their personal experiences. They categorize all men ain't shit, all men ain't this, all men ain't that. She constantly keeps, look, she has a lot of videos. I'm telling you, if you go on her TikTok, she has a lot of videos talking shit about black men. And it's like, did it ever occur to you that you attracting certain people? You're a therapist. You're a mental health professional. How is it that you still don't know how to vet and pick a man? How? Listen, I'm not even, she probably has a master's or whatever, because you know, I think you need a master's, right? I don't even have a master's degree, but I can pick out shit in people just by studying mental health and psychology. I can pick out, I can see certain things. That's why when I see some of her videos, I can tell something is wrong with her. Before I even seen the video where she says she still goes to therapy, I could tell something was wrong with her, right? And it's like, yo, how you still picking the wrong men out here? And then you blaming men. And this is the problem. There's plenty of good black men out there that work legal jobs, that got legal hustles, that make clean money. And these chicks is turning around and making it seem like most black men out there ain't shit. Like most black men out there are baby daddies. Like most black men out there are thugs. Like most black men out there are out there committing crimes and just wilding out. No, that's just the small percentage of men that you like, that you choose to go after. Go after. You know how many women tell me that the other guys are boring, that they don't want to mess with the boring guy? The boring guys be the guys that are legit most of the time. Those are the guys that got they shit together. Those are the guys who, you know what I'm saying, they got their right head on their shoulders. But to you want a little toxicity because women love drama. And again, I'm not saying every woman, but this is just from conversations I don't have with my female friends. They like the toxic dudes. They love the futures. They love the NBA young boys. They love the little Dirks. And that's going to be another video that I'm going to make about how these chicks they love picking the ain't shit ass dudes. They love being the fifth baby mama. They love being the third baby mama. And then they complain about there ain't no good men out here. Nah, sis, you like picking ain't shit motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play this one last video and then I'm gonna get up out of here because this chick is crazy.
So yesterday on Twitter, I went viral because a bunch of men got butthurt for me telling them to better themselves. They're mad because I called them dusty bitches and wanted them to be accountable for their fuck shit behavior, but like, go off, king. Be shitty. That's fine with me. Like, I was dead ass like, hey, go talk about the shit that hurts you and plagues you and has traumatized you. So you can basically learn the emotional vocabulary required to express yourself to make your life easier. And they were like, fuck this bitch! poor unhealed sons. Now, I know a lot of y'all think the only socially acceptable response to things that you don't like is anger, but I'm here to tell you, when you go to therapy, you learn a variety of other emotions. And when you learn to communicate those things, your life gets easier. But instead of being accountable, you want to displace your hatred for your father on me. Go talk to somebody about why that is, King.
You know what's so funny? It's funny how she's talking shit about men projecting, right? Make sure y'all hit the like button so it can circulate because I'm about to get up out of here. It's funny how she talking about men projecting, but we supposed to accept her projecting, right? Like she literally just made an apology video talking about, I'm sorry, that was just me projecting some of my stuff. Why should we accept your apology? Why should we take that into consideration when you just talk mad shit about men projecting, right? Like you're the therapist here. You're the licensed practitioner. You're the person that people come to you to get help. You're the person that's supposed to be the example, a pillar in the community. That's why when people say some of that shit, I'm human too, I be like, nah, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Because this is why you go through certain training. The same way y'all look at the police. See, I agree. I can say people are human. You funny, Ash. Says she Ashy. But no, it's real shit. I just don't like when people pick and choose. People get on some, oh, I'm human, but then you don't want to be held accountable. And then you see how she just said it? She was like, oh, I went viral yesterday for, telling men, they need to get their dusty asses together. Like, you got some nerve to call somebody dusty. You clearly, them braids was dusty as hell. She just looking at, I know she stink. I just know it. I just know it. So that was just my thoughts on the video. On why I feel like men should not go talk to women about their issues. They need to talk to other men that might understand them. Another man might be, and this is why sometimes women don't understand why men are closer to their bros than their women. You see, women try to compete with the bros. And what I try to tell the sisters, you can't compete with my bro. My bro is in his own lane, just like you're going to be in your own lane, right? and sometimes and that's a fact, actually. That's definitely a fact. And that's what she tried to do. Instead of her taking accountability, she tried to come with her cry. I mean, she apologized, but she's apologizing and then adding but. She said, I'm sorry, but I only cared. Like, no, it's no but. You got to be like, I'm sorry. It was foul. I should have never said that. It's not acceptable. And leave it at that. Don't say I'm sorry and then try to make an exception as to why you did the things that you did. Excuse me. Yep, some women do that. They call their husbands and their boyfriends their best friend. And I tell people all the time, like, I mean, I could be your best friend, I think, but I shouldn't be your only friend, right? And that's what I tell people. I could be your best friend. I could be the person you trust the most. That's cool. I agree with that. I think you should trust your partner the most. But I think if you don't have people that you trust, if you don't got other friendships, it says something about you. You don't got no good friends. You don't got no friends that speak highly of you. You don't got no other friends that you can trust. You don't got no bonds with other people. That says a lot about you as a person. I say that all the time. If you as a woman, you don't got no female friends, no females want to be around you. It's not always that your woman or the person that you're talking about, it's not always that she's just smart and she's just avoiding shit or that she's just staying away from certain characters. No, sometimes it's her, bro. Sometimes it's your lady. Sometimes your lady has a character defect that you might not spot, but which is might be the reason why she can't build no long-lasting relationships. Pay attention to men and women who can't build no long-lasting relationships. You don't got no friends, none of your friends from childhood. You ain't got no friends from 15 years ago. You ain't got no friends from 10 years ago. It says something about a person. But yeah, like I was saying, like I think that women get this confused, right? Like they try to compare themselves to the bros, and then they're always throwing around things like if you gay, just say that. Like, yo, that you don't know how much I hate that stupid ass statement, right? because everything is always about sexuality. Kind of like when I said the last video. Are you accepting of gay life or you not? Which one is it? Because we can't do both. I feel you. That makes sense, Ash. So the thing is, sometimes women don't understand this. You're not gonna be in the same position. Think about this. If my man's done saved me in the streets, right? If he don't went out there, bust his gun for me, risk going to prison for me, risk going to jail for me, give me money without whatever. Like if I need money, if he looks out for me, gives me advice, and just help me out in other ways that you can't help me. See, sometimes sisters think that just giving up the cooch, I'm helping you. Like it's more to life than just pussy, man. It's more to life than just pussy. It's certain things a man could do that you just cannot do. Just like there's certain things a woman could do that a man can't do. But if you really think about it, and I'm not trying to say women are only good for sex, but if you really think about it, sex is really the only thing a woman could do and give me a child that a man can't do. Think about it. Think about it. That's really and give me some peace or whatever, or give me some nurturing, healing. Like if you're feminine, right? You can give me that, but outside of that, you can't really give me anything in particular that he can't give me. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's money, my man's could give me money, right? If it's company, my man's could give me company. If it's food, my man's could give me food. If like, and I know it might sound a little crazy, but I'm just saying like, this is the things that we got to think about. There's certain things like stop trying to compare yourself to my male friends. That's like me as a man trying to compare myself to your female friends. That's weird. That's some weird shit. So with all that being said, I'm just trying to say that brothers should probably seek out brothers when it comes to them trying to seek mental health help, because I think a lot of times the sisters is not really going to understand you where you're coming from, especially when you get into like those deep conversations, and you also might not really want your business out there. And I'm not saying all the female therapists do that. I just think a brother will understand you a little better when it comes to from brother to brother, just like from woman to woman. Y'all might understand each other a little better. So let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comment section. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel if y'all like my content. Y'all stay blessed out there. Peace. Later, Ash.